So this is our revision mind map on gender inequality. Yeah? First thing we've got to deal with is biological factors. So men are slightly physically stronger than women. Women have to give birth and breastfeed, and that's it. Everything else is cultural. The real differences between males and females are cultural. They are learned and they are shared. Remember some examples of these, the Gatla, the Chambuli tribe. Remember, if the way males and females behave, if it's biological, we should be the same all over the world. If you can find examples of human cultures where the men do the childcare, where the women do the hard physical work, then that means that sort of stuff is not biological, it's cultural. If you can find examples of cultures where the men wear cosmetics and sit around gossiping all day, and women are very serious-minded, that means those qualities are not genetic, they are cultural. And that's what we look at these anthropological examples to show us, the Gatla, the Chambuli, that sort of thing. So, I hope you can get your head around here now the fact that the differences are cultural, and they come from what we call in sociology our gender roles. Yeah. We learn how to behave. We have an idea in our head about how males and females should behave, and we call those our gender roles. So in our culture, males have shorter hair than females. Yeah. If you saw a female bricklayer, you'd be surprised. Yeah. These are gender roles. We have learnt them. They are taught to us through socialisation. They are not biological. Who wears makeup? Who wears what clothes? Men not wearing skirts. These are not genetic. They are culture. They are our gender roles. In our culture, we have a view of how males and females should behave, and that we call our gender roles. And we get it through the process of socialisation, primary and secondary. Things like toys, clothes, birthday cards. There's whole lessons on this on the channel. But how, from a very young age, we bombard our young with these images, and we tell them what it is like, how you must be. We encourage them certain ways with the toy. You know, if the girl gets the dolly set, she has a little push chair, and the boys have a little toolkit. We're telling them how we expect boys and girls to behave. Yeah? Remember, and what happens to a girl or a boy who refuses to do this? Well, they get called freaks. You're gay if you're a boy. You're a tomboy at best if you're a girl. Yeah? We use status to make people follow these gender roles. And then as you get older, it affects your choice of job. Yeah? Many women choose domestic labour. They've been taught through this process that they have to do the housework, that it's their job somehow. It's called domestic labour. If they do choose to get a job outside the home, they often choose part-time work so they can do the childcare and their domestic labour. Or they choose female jobs, primary school teachers, nurses, secretaries, dinner ladies. What all these jobs have in common is they are a job where you look after somebody else. And again, we think this comes from our gender roles. The idea that girls and women should look after other people. So they are female sort of jobs. Now, how do we change this? What's stopping it? Well, practically, there's childcare. Women find it difficult to get other sorts of jobs because the childcare is so expensive, £1,000 a month per child, usually in London. But more importantly, there's men's attitudes, the glass ceiling. You can't give women important jobs because they'll just leave to get pregnant. Or you can't give women important jobs because they can't hack it emotionally. They'll start panicking and they'll start getting too emotional. And these attitudes are called the glass ceiling. But really, both of these things, the real barrier to feminists is the patriarchy. So in feminist theory, none of this is a surprise. It's all perfectly easy to explain. It's all part of the patriarchy, spelt like this, pat-riarchy.